Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Hello, and welcome to episode number 222. So you guys, I feel like I'm always taking a deep breath before I start talking to you. And to be completely honest with you, I've had the worst anxiety over the last couple of weeks, and I'm here to share a little bit about what's been going on. And last week I did as well, but today's show was supposed to be all about ask me anything, answering all your business, LinkedIn, and podcasting questions. So what I did was I went ahead and answered them online because this needs to be a different episode. So there is still a winner for the coaching giveaway, which I'm going to share at the end. But I also want to share with you why I needed to record this episode to share what's going on with you guys, because I share everything on this show and I feel it's really odd for me not to. So here we go. Okay, so last week I mentioned that I might be taking a break. So I've decided to do that for the entire month of July. I've actually cleared my entire month for July because I realized after 3 years of talking and listening and producing, like this show is a lot of work and I absolutely love it. But the only way that you can be your best is if you're the best for yourself first. And I kind of put myself on the back burner because I was buried in legal drama and really busy with my business and just trying to live my life. And now, to be like totally transparent, which I always am, like this is the first time I've actually felt like myself in 4 years. And it's really messing with my head. Like, I think that's why I'm getting panic attacks again, like literally out of nowhere. I'm just like freaking the fuck out. And that hasn't happened in a really long time. And I realized it's because of all these changes happening, like in my life. Like, I accomplished so much during this pandemic that I never thought was possible. And I did a whole episode on it, and I didn't realize what I actually accomplished until I decided to sit down and make a list to record, because I wanted to share that with you guys because it's not too late. The only thing we have is time, and I hate regretting things that if I only wish I did this or I wish I did it that way. Life is trial and error, and sometimes you just need to listen to your body and your gut, and I've always done that. But now I really need to, because I need to start entering like a whole nother phase of healing my body and my mind and just everything, my energy. I'm like a completely different person than I was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years, 4 years ago. And I'm finally like remembering stuff that I never even like knew about. Like my friends will say something and I'm like, oh my God, yet another thing, if I wasn't on all these drugs that like messed up my memory. But rather than being angry, I'm grateful that I'm not sick. I'm grateful I get to wake up. And it's been really hard for me to sleep lately too, which also hasn't happened in a while. And so I have this new sleep elixir concoction with this 4-sigmatic mushroom tea. It's like a cocoa actually. And what else do I add? Oh, my CBD oil. And last night I actually slept well. So again, it's trial and error. And melatonin I'm not supposed to be taking, and that does sometimes work, but then I realized it gives me like the worst headache. And I'm actually not even supposed to be taking that because it really messes with your thyroid medication, which I've been on for years. So anyway, I wanted to share what's happening, what I plan on my plans for this show, and the winner for my coaching giveaway, and what you can expect. The one thing I preach to my clients is always, if you're going to take a break, you have to let your audience know. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Is this show going away? Absolutely not. I'm just taking a break from recording my solo shows. I already have shows lined up for up until the fall, which is nuts. So you can expect to hear from some amazing people. I can actually share with you right now that I have some guests coming on for the Professional Patient series. Lorna Liz Love. I have Justine Faulkner. I have Christopher Decker coming on for the Leverage Your LinkedIn series. And I have Lena Caltagirone coming on for the I Chose This Life series. That's just for July. So starting next week for the whole month, you'll hear from them. Those are already recorded. And then I'll share with you on my social media, which I'm also going to kind of be pulling back from a lot this month. But I will be sharing up-to-date everything in my newsletter. So if you don't receive my weekly newsletter, you can sign up to receive it at thehappyworkaholic.com. And you'll also get a PDF as a thank you that will help you it's going to help keep you organized in your personal and professional life. I'm using it today because I track my numbers, my downloads, all that stuff every first of the month. So that's my focus today, is to bang out all that work. The sun isn't really out yet, but I'm definitely going to go for a walk to the beach and get some produce and all that fun stuff. The usual. But something is telling me to stop and just figure out what's next. I want a family. I need a house. I need a new car, like all these things. So now I just have to prepare for like that next chapter of my life. And talking for 3 years is a lot. And if you don't have a podcast, it might be difficult to understand. But if you are a speaker, if you work and you're constantly talking, you don't realize how draining it is until you actually take a break. And I know that's what I need personally for me right now, because I can't deliver good content when I'm wiped out and I feel wiped out. So like I said earlier, I'm going to take I have a couple commitments, one this week and one next week, and that's it. And I'm going to be taking a break. And luckily I've set up a business where I can walk away from a lot of things and I don't need to do them. Some things I have to walk away from that I had set up that I have to cancel. Well, I'm not canceling them. I'm just rescheduling them. And that is a month-long LinkedIn video series. I have everything prepared for that, and I just have to postpone it because, again, I can't be my best because I don't feel my best right now. I don't feel good. I'm exhausted. I've been crying for the last 5 days, and I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. It's because I'm healing and I'm just transitioning and I'm moving into a different part of my life. And it's scary. And, I prepare everything, which is sometimes a big smack in the face because when something like this happens in your life, when you're ready for the next step, you are not prepared. You can't prepare. It's just going to happen. And I think that's what scares me. I'm not sure. Thank God I have therapy every week. Let's just say that. So it's so funny because my friend was texting me the other day and she's like, what are you afraid of? Why are you, what is the fear that you can't take a break for the whole month? You can't take a month off. I mean, granted, I'm still going to be working with my clients. It's just me. I need more me time. And if you don't have that, you need it. I'm telling you right now because I feel so tired. For years, I wasn't able to cry because I was so doped up on drugs. And then I started crying all the time. And now just recently, I'm crying over music. I always have music on. Thank God for all these geniuses that create Spotify playlists for me because I just don't have the time. And I don't know. I'm just like crying all the time. And I also stopped drinking, and I'm not drinking for the entire month of July because I just know my body needs that. And you guys, that's hard. It's really hard. I just need to take a break from a lot of things and just like really focus on healing my body to like the next level of like where it should be. I've gone through so much, and sometimes I forget because I look at everything as a job to get through it. But then I have to realize like it's actually my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, like everything. It's just not where it needs to be. So going back to my friend texting me, I was at the beach and she sent me this text and I was like, oh my God. And it was 444. And I don't know if you guys are into angel numbers. I am. And so I Googled what 444 was, and it says, nothing to fear in regards to your life, work, and divine life purpose. When you take positive action towards your highest intentions and goals, the universe works in your favor and helps you to establish solid foundations and advance you along your path. I was like, what the hell? And then I said to that, it was just so nuts. And then I just knew, because I'm really into numbers, like episode 222, I wanted it to be really big. I wanted it to be an Ask Me Anything. And I didn't get a ton of questions that I did last time. So I just messaged everybody answers. And then I Googled, what are the angel numbers 222? And those represent a sense of balance in your life and encourages you to take a balanced, peaceful stance in all areas of life. And it's also a sign that you're pushing yourself too hard. Shocker. And it's the best time to have faith and keep trusting, slow, and taking a break. That is insane. And it also said making peace with a lot in your life. So that's really what I'm trying to do as well. And the fact that I've been getting a ton of anxiety and panic attacks lately and my vertigo almost every day. You know, I have a lot of PTSD from everything that I've gone through, and it's just like all coming up, and I'm like living my best life in San Diego. I'm eating healthy. Like I'm going out with my friends. I'm just like living a life, and I'm saying my best life because I'm not sick, but yet something's creeping up and it's really starting to bother me. And I know that means I need to take a break. And just Googling those angel numbers, like that right there says a lot. Like it's just crazy. It just really solidified the answer to everything that I was like questioning in my mind. So, you know, I have to push my LinkedIn video series. I'm not going to be recording solo episodes this month. I'm going to be posting a hell of a lot less on social media. I do have commitments I do need to post, so I'm going to be doing that. But I just need more time to think and heal and just be myself. I don't really know, like, who I am without, like, being sick, which is crazy. Like, it still, like, haunts me. So, again, thank God for therapy. I really don't want to cry this episode, but I knew it was going to happen. So I just want to be honest with you guys. You know, taking a break from a show is what you need to do every now and then. And, you know, I was thinking about it the other day because I was talking to my best friend. And then when I hung up the phone, I was like, all the TV shows that you're binging on Netflix, the series, they're not on 24/7. For 3 years straight. Well, I have been. So I'm like, I need a break. It's time for a break. And I've taken a couple breaks. I've taken, I think, 2 months off total in 3 years. And it's so crazy again, because today, 2 years ago, was when I started season 2 of this show. And I call them chapters because it started off as a book. And that's also something that I've been working on, is writing my book. I just need to be talking a hell of a lot less and writing a hell of a lot more. That's how I feel. The journal entries I've been doing every morning and night are just like insane. And the writing I've been doing is just on another level. And I'm making all these other changes that's really helping me just like turn off my brain. And it's really, really, really hard for me to do that. My mind, when I have anxiety, is like a mile a minute. Like I will start thinking about like the craziest things and go down like a deep dark hole. And then I get depressed, and it's like this whole situation. And it's just like coming out of nowhere. But I know it's this like transitioning period of my life. So that's why I need to take a break so that I can like work through that. And some of the things that I'm doing are I turned on my old iPhone because I just got a brand new iPhone. And I took off all the apps, and the only one there is YouTube. And that's because I listen to sound bath meditations for like 11 hours straight while I'm sleeping. And I turned my phone, my new cell phone, off. I turn it off, completely off. I cannot be checking social media and seeing what's going on in the world, all these triggers, first thing in the morning. And that's what I was doing. And that's just not okay. I need to wake up. I need to meditate. I need to journal. I need to have my coffee. I don't need to be looking at anybody's content. I need to be focusing on healing my body and not having anxiety and panic attacks like I'm having right now. So that's why I made a decision. You know, I started drinking like so much during the pandemic, and I know a lot of us have, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help my problem. And this is like a huge challenge for myself. Like no happy hour wine, no beer with my pizza slice, like no, I'm not having it. Although I will have non-alcoholic beer and wine, and my friend just told me about a non-alcoholic wine I didn't even know existed. So if I do want something, I'm going to have that. And also when you're trying to heal your body and I'm doing all these juices and eating healthy, alcohol just fucks it up. So I'm taking a break. And what else am I doing? I'm reading more. So I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but on listening to people and producing their shows and talking all the time, I just want silence because I'm always hearing noise. Everything is so noisy around me. Like I just need peace and quiet. And that's why I like to read books, because I highlight the shit out of them and I like to keep them as journals. But I just couldn't get through these 2 books. Like I could not get through them. And I'm like, okay, I've had these 2 Audible credits for who knows how long. Let me try. And everybody listens to these books on Audible. And I'm like, I just can't do it. I don't want to hear a voice. Reading a book is my downtime, relaxing, highlighting, and I just couldn't do it. So I challenged myself. I read 2 books in 4 days. And I've been wanting to read these 2 books since like January. I read Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. And I read You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. They are so good. If you haven't read them, you need to. I read them each in 2 days, and I felt so accomplished. And I'm like, why haven't I done that? It's so weird. You know, it just goes to show you, like, you're so trained in your thoughts, and I'm so, like, OCD when it comes to certain things. Like, I like everything put a certain way. And this is honestly, like, a lot from working in the yachting industry and on planes and being a personal assistant. I still have things in my purse thinking like I'm working for someone else. Like I have to have like a teeny tiny tape roller, backup batteries. Like who does that? I can tell you who does that. Somebody that was a personal assistant for many years. Like what if I run out? This is her favorite color pen. I need to have it on me all the time. Those stories can be for a whole nother show. I could do a whole series on that, life as a personal assistant, because you would not believe the shit that I've had to do. My friends can tell you, and my NDAs finally ran out, so I can finally talk about it after a decade. But going back to, things I'm doing, turning my phone off, doing the meditations, reading, I really love Audible, and I didn't think I would like it. And I'm going on long walks and I'm listening to a book in 2 days. Like it's fucking amazing. I'm like obsessed with it. So I have a long list of books. I want to read a lot, hear a lot. I want to sit at the beach and do absolutely nothing. I just got a brand new bathing suit, so I'm excited to wear it. I'm kind of afraid to go to the beach in the afternoon because all these people are not wearing masks and there's just too many people around. And I don't need to get this virus right now. So I'm wearing my mask and keeping it safe. So I prefer to go when no one's there, when it's kind of cloudy, and then leave a little bit after the sun comes out, which is kind of how the days go here in San Diego. But I just need time to myself. I just need to write. I need to write my book. I need to write my journal. I need to write the letter to my neurologist that misdiagnosed me. I need to get all my feelings on paper. I need to listen to all my music because it's so healing and therapeutic for me. And just figure out who I am now. It's really hard. I can tell you that it's really hard. I need I should name my book Healing is Hard. It's probably already taken. But people don't understand, until you have to actually heal, it's worse than being sick. It's worse because when I was sick, I shouldn't say it's worse, it's harder. Because when I was sick, I was so doped up and I was just, this is it. This is my life. But now it's not my life. And I have to try to train my brain that it's not my life. Because sometimes I still wake up and I think I'm sick. Something happened in my head last night and I've been getting these crazy headaches and I had this huge pain in the back of my head. And then immediately my brain thinks, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to go blind. I still forget. And that's going to take a long time. And I think now that I'm done with the legal stuff, almost done, I have 2 more things. One I just mentioned. It's just a lot, you guys. And so the only way, and I'm just sharing this with you because I need you to know that I'm taking a break. I need you to know that it's okay for you to take a break. And I need you to know that nobody else, in their opinion, can have anything to do with how you feel and how you want to live and act and breathe and work and whatever. And that's it. Because it's so funny. I told a couple of my close friends, I was like, I'm taking July off. I need a month. And they're like, good. They all said, good. Why didn't you do that before? Good for you. So, it's just crazy. I'm literally staring at my July calendar and it's empty. That gives me anxiety. But like I said, I've set up my business where I can walk away from things. I've set up, I prepare a lot in advance and I work a certain way, a very organized and scheduled and routined way so that I can walk away when I need to. And right now that's what needs to happen. So I'm going to be focusing on healing myself, creating a hell of a lot more new delicious recipes in the kitchen because that is my happy place. Reading, writing, going to the beach, and just enjoying my life because I don't know when I did that last. So I'm going to teach myself on how to do that. So if you guys have any tips and tricks for me on how to live your best life, actually live it. I want to go to Mount Shasta. I want to go heal in nature, just things I've never done. I really want to start playing tennis again. I played tennis for over a decade. And I really want to run around on the court. And of course, the courts aren't open right now, but I want to be active. I want to play tennis again. I want to have my photo shoot for my website I've been holding off forever. That's why there's no photos of myself on my Instagram feed because I'm so self-conscious of my mouth and my teeth. And I'm getting that taken care of in August now. I'm actually waiting for them to call me back. It was going to be July, but it's going to be August. So that's something I'm tackling and just getting through my lifelong life to-do list of personal things in order to heal. Your mouth is where diseases sit and I don't need anything else coming into my mouth because I need new teeth because of everything that I've gone through. So that's just going to happen at the end of August. What else did I want to share with you guys? Besides getting organized and figuring out what kind of life you really want to live, if you're going through something traumatic, if you have anxiety and depression or PTSD or any kind of mental health issue and you're just all over the fucking place like I was, that's when you know it's time to stop. And it's really, 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 really hard for me to do that because I'm so used to being go, go, go all the time. So I'm going to be spending more time offline and I'm going to be spending more time writing and everything else like I mentioned before. So I'm definitely going to be on my A game when it comes to sending out my weekly newsletters. Those go out every Wednesday. And crazy enough, I checked my website yesterday and there's actually 743 people since 2018 that have not been receiving my newsletter. I don't know what trigger unlinked itself, but I didn't even know. So I have to do that today, resync that somehow. I don't even know how to do that, but I need to figure it out. And I'm going to be sending weekly updates of what's going on in my life because I'm not going to be really sharing them on the internet and just laying low because I need to do that and because I deserve to do that. And everybody needs to. And this is why I'm sharing what I'm going through in the hopes that it will help you or somebody that you know, have them listen. I'm giving you the permission to do the exact same thing, to just figure it out, take the time, and just figure out whatever it is that you're going through, what you want to do, what you want out of life. I have to figure out this adoption process. I have to figure out if I want to make other choices in regards to that. And I don't know. That's what I'm doing. So if you want to know what's going on while I'm offline, you can sign up for my email again at thehappyworkaholic.com. I'll send them out every Wednesday. There will be a brand new episode out every Wednesday from the guest I mentioned earlier. I'm so excited, you guys. These episodes are incredible. So inspiring, eye-opening. I learned so much. This is why I love interviewing people, because not only do I learn, but I get to share their stories and their talents and their triumphs and everything else with you guys. And I have a whole long list scheduled after them. But I just wanted to share my guests for July. And then also I wanted to share some things about my business. I have 2 clients whose podcasts are officially launched. One is called Being First Generation, and that is hosted by Karishma Donde. And it's all about first gens, and they're all sharing their incredible life stories. Where they're from, where their parents are from, where they grew up, how they were brought up, where they live now, the effects, trauma, just everything under the sun. Krishma does a really incredible job interviewing other first gens. And so I highly recommend that show if you're interested in learning more about that. And then also my client, Claudia Fabian, she just launched the Beauty Debut podcast officially today. And she's been doing these incredible hype videos this whole week, last week, actually probably the last month. They're so good. So I will link those in the show notes for you guys to go check out. And the Beauty Debut is all about, it's like a love letter back to the beauty industry, as Claudia says. And she's been in the beauty industry for over 20 years and 25 years, 20 years. And over 2 decades. And she's interviewing spa directors, astrologers, hairstylists, estheticians, anybody in the industry that owns companies, has a career. It's really dedicated to the professionals, people wanting to get into the industry and all aspects of it. And right now there's 8 episodes that are live. We launched with 8. And that show was so good, and it really inspired me to get my shit together when it comes to my skincare and my makeup and all of that. I just kind of fell off the wagon, and I was in the beauty industry for 15 years, 14 years, I don't even know, a long time. And it's time I get my shit together. I want to feel good too. I want to look good. I want to feel good. And that really inspired me. And I tell Claudia all the time, if you're listening, thank you so much. Because I just forgot about who I was and how I want to feel and look. So I'm starting to make changes in that department, which you'll see soon. And what else? I guess it's time to announce the winner of my hour coaching. And that winner has left a comment for this podcast on Apple Podcasts, and that is how I figured out who was going to win. It was a random drawing, and it's Sabria Dobbins, and she is the founder and owner of Project Passport. I will link her stuff in the comments for you as well, because she's incredible, and she's somebody that had retreats, mental health retreats all around the globe, and she's had to pivot, and everything is now available online. So if you didn't have that kind of budget before, no excuse now, because you can see her on the internet. So I'm super excited for you guys to learn more about the beauty debut, being first generation, the podcast, Project Passport, and just, if you're going through anything that I'm going through now, you're just like, I need a fucking break, please take one. I'm giving you the permission to take one. That's all you need to know. Don't let anybody's thoughts or comments or actions determine how you want to feel. Because at the end of the day, you have to put in the work to feel good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in a month of work to make myself feel good again because I want to. I don't want to regret anything. And by the way, I actually wrote this down. I found a Pinterest quote, which I'm posting on my stories later, and it says, live without regret. A month from now, you can either have a month of progress or a month of excuses. Why you didn't. I don't want to make excuses anymore. I don't want to look back and regret anything. And that's from averstew.com. And that's, I just wanted to give them the credit. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you go follow all my friends in the notes. I'm going to link them all. And I'm going to finish my end of month tasks. Going to do some serious self-care. I'm going to get some more produce today. I'm super excited. Tonight I'm going to make a healthy Asian dish. I already have half of it prepped. But I'm going to have garlic roasted green beans over jasmine rice with some ginger, peanut, mandarin orange sauce I need to concoct. And I think that's it. So thank you for listening again. Thank you for taking the time as always. And I will be back with a brand new episode with all of my guests every Wednesday for the remainder of this month. And I will be back in August. So if you need me, sign up for my emails and you can chit chat with me then. I will be on social media a little bit because I do have some commitments I do have to post. But other than that, I'm taking a break and I cannot wait. So happy July, happy summer, and have a wonderful holiday weekend. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts, I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.